Good morning. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, good. There's Mark. Hello.
Good morning.
How are you?
Okay.
Okay, are we ready? Make sure you have water and a towel. Hopefully you've already started hydrating. So make sure you mute, and here we go. Stretchy bendy Thursday. Take your feet to the width of the mat and just sort of stand somewhere in the middle. And then you're going to take your pinky just to the sides of your hips. And I want you to proud out your chest and squeeze the elbows together. And just hold this for a little bit. Now, try not to let the fingers push into the hips, because I want you to sort of float them right beside the hips. And then see if you can lift the elbows a little bit higher. And just hang on here just for another second. Take some deep breaths. Okay, now you're going to bring the elbows by your side. Make a fist with your thumbs up. This is all about the belly. So I want you to pull it up and into the spine. Come halfway down, keeping your elbows back and your chest proud. So now you got gravity working against you to keep those elbows up. Come back up. Now the next time you go down, I want you to push your hips backwards while you do this. So you're wading into the heels. Come nice and slow. And then come back up nice and slow. We're going to do it one more time. I know your arms are probably getting tired. We're almost done here. Now release the arms, just let them dangle while you hold the torso parallel to the floor. Connect your palms and push them into each other so you're activating muscles. Now, if you can let the fingertips touch the floor by hinging a little more through the hips, go for it. And then we're going to come back up nice and slow with your spine long. Open the palms to a Y. So you're making a Y. So the arms are nice and wide. And here you're trying to pull apart the shoulders. You want to stay as broad as you can. Now take your gaze, look up so your neck feels comfortable. And just breathe here while you pull in the belly. Now bring the arms back by your side. Pinkies are going to float on the hips again, and you're going to squeeze your elbows into each other. Keep the belly hollowing out. Give me that half fold again, nice and slow. Pushing all the weight into the heels. Now release the arms, just let them hang. So you're letting the shoulders come out of their sockets. Your neck should just be wherever it doesn't get stressed. Now you're going to fold all the way down. Maybe the palms are resting on the floor. And just unweight the upper body completely. Now, while you're here, I want you to try your best to push your hips backwards and come into a straight leg if you're not already. Just relax here and breathe. To amp this up a little bit, you can cross the arms. And now while you breathe, you've got a visual on those forearms. See if they're getting any closer to the floor when you exhale out your breaths. Neck should be nice and long. You can close your eyes and just kind of get lost in the feeling. Okay, release the hands back to the floor. I want you to inhale and extend to a flat back. Hold your spine nice and long with your belly in. Push your hips backwards, maybe another inch. You can cantilever with the fingers. So you're getting a nice stretch through the lats. Walk them out even further if you can. Okay, from here, one hand at a time up onto your waist. You're going to unhinge and come up slowly to a standing position. Now we're going to turn and face the right side. And I'm going to have you take your feet far apart. So let's take a look at the toes and see if you've got them in the same line. And how far apart you take your feet is up to you. I want you to feel fairly steady in this position. So let's bring the hands back to your hips and push your hips backwards and slowly start to come down, really slow. Feel what's going on in the upper part of the hamstring while you do this. And once you think you're halfway down, just hang out here. Try out the chest, and I want you to work your six-pack muscle, the whole class. So it's always pushing up and in. You can drift backwards without falling, of course. Now take your hands down to the floor. You're going to walk them over to the right foot, and you're going to take your face and look down at your right knee. Try to let the torso get close as possible to that leg. Again, you want to keep that neck nice and long. You're going to stay here for 3 more big breaths. Try to make them really big. Nice. Now walk the hands over to the other side without letting the hips push forward. Take a look at that left knee. Hold your body close to that leg. Now come on back to the middle. And just let the top of the head hover above the floor. So you're unweighting the upper body again. Now, if you can, think about rotating your coccyx bone up to the ceiling. You're not going to see it move or feel it move, but you're going to feel a slight tug on the back of those hammies. Now, fingertips on the floor, just on the edge of the mat. You're going to inhale to a flat back. Drift your hips backwards. Now, I want you to think about rotating your left hip up. It's really isometric, but you're going to feel more of a tug to the inner thigh of the right leg if you're rotating this up a little bit. And then come back and let it go and do the same thing on the opposite side. It's very subtle, but hopefully you're going to feel it. And come back, neutral. Let the top of the head dangle over the floor again. Now inhale and extend to a flat back with your fingertips right on the edge of your mat. Then have you open your feet a little bit to the sides and then bend into this right knee. So now you're getting a nice big stretch on the inner thigh of the left leg. And come back up, and let's do the same, bending into your left knee. Now, how far you go is dependent on your flexibility and comfort. This should feel good. This is not about getting too edgy here. I want you to feel a nice release. That's it. All the way down to the inside of that knee. It's probably where you're getting. Now come back up. So fingers are going to face, feet are going to face forward again. I'm sorry. One hand at a time up to your waist. Now keep your torso parallel to the floor. Let's take that left arm out and join the right arm out too. Bring the left arm back and the right arm back. Come back up to standing. Nice. Get some blood flow going on here. Walk your feet together and turn your face forward. Okay, we're going to step our left foot forward and our right leg back. I want you to straighten both legs and have both your heels on the floor. So take a look. I had to make a little adjustment on my back foot. Have them forward, hands to heart if you can. And if balance is not your gift today, hands here or even out to the side to help you balance. I want you to keep your spine nice and long. We're going to fold just halfway down. Keep that belly in. Keep your neck long and your spine long. That's why we're only going halfway. We're not rounding the back. Now come back up. Shoulders over hips. Sweep the arms up. Get nice and long with them if you can. You're really reaching for the ceiling. Hands to heart. Fold again, nice and slow. You'll start to feel the top part of that hamstring and glute get a nice big stretch. Now release your hands to your shin. I want you to breathe 3 big, huge breaths here with your spine long. Now, if you can, you're going to either take your fingertips to the mat or keep them on your shin. But now I'm going to ask you to relax your upper body and fold over the front leg, let your head go. So you're rounding your upper back. You're down here now for 3 big more breaths. Okay, inhale to a flat back, hands come back on your shin. You're going to walk it up slowly. I'd like you to have your shoulders over your hips. Now, hands on your waist, bend your front leg. Give me a little bend in that knee. Step your back foot back and get up high on the toes. So I'm going for a hip flexor stretch on this right side. Let's try to take the arms up. They don't need to be together. They just need to feel comfortable. Try to draw the shoulders down. Even widen them if you have to get them straight if you can. Sometimes if you go like this, you feel all this pinching here. And why do we want to feel that? This is about feeling good and elongating the body. A couple of more breaths. Okay, let's bring our hands to heart. Fold over your front leg. Nothing else is changing. You're nice and high on the toes on the back foot. You've got a little bend in your front knee. Now give me a bigger bend in the front knee. If you can, rotate both shoulders left. And we're just going to hang out here for 3 breaths. Keep that belly pushing up and into the spine. Front knee is somewhere either over the ankle or just in front of it. Now come back with your shoulders nice and square. Just hold here for 3 breaths. Now slowly start to come back up. One more time, we're going to reach the arms up. Get them nice and long. Try to reach for the ceiling. Okay, hands to heart. You're going to come off your back foot. We're going to switch sides. You're going right back into that pyramid stretch. So we step the left foot back, not too far, because I want the heel on the floor. Take a look at your feet. Again, I had my left heel way too far in. Get them nice and straight. Give me a nice slow hinge down. Your hips are staying square. Once you're down, breathe 3 big breaths. Bring your hands to your shin. Hold it here and relax. Keep your hips nice and even. Now, if you have the ability, I want you to take your fingertips to the floor. I want you to round your back, let your head go, look at your right knee. Great opportunity to close your eyes and just get lost in your breath. Remember throughout your day how powerful it is to breathe. Even without an Apple Watch reminding you, hopefully you remember. Okay, inhale and extend to a flat back. If you can, bring your hands back on your shins and walk them up slowly. So let's get our shoulders now over the hips. Get this left foot a little further back and sweep the arms up. Keep them nice and wide. And while you're here, I want you to try to broaden the shoulders. Nice and high on the back foot. So hopefully you're feeling a nice little stretch right here in the front. And if you're not, you can try stepping your foot further back. Okay, let's bring our hands in. You're going to bend your front knee. It's like right here. Step your other foot a little further back. Shoulders start out over the hips. So again, you got this great stretch going on. Let's hold it here just a little bit longer. Front leg is bent. Now we're going to bend it even more. We're going to start to pull the upper body forward, nice and slow. You come with the torso till you feel this right butt cheek doing a lot of work. Once you got that going on, rotate both shoulders to the right. Keep the torso where it was. You're not lifting back up. Just hold it and breathe. It's also a little bit of a balance challenge if that back foot is not so far out. You got to really use your core muscles here to hold. And let's bring it back slowly. You're going to hold the torso where it is. Give me a little more bend in that knee. So now I've got my knee maybe right over the middle part of my foot. Just hold this. It's just a little bit of work for your butt and hammy. And I'll bring the torso up slowly. We're going to come into this hip flexor stretch one more time. Sweep the arms up. Nice and high on the back foot. Work your arms. Try to get them straight. Take your gaze, look up a little bit. And bring your arms by your side. You're going to take them all the way down to the floor and you're going to step back and meet me in a plank. Drop into those shoulders, get little micro bends in the elbows. Now you got to really work that six-pack muscle to get it up and in. Just relax here, breathe a few more times. And we're all going to meet in a downward facing dog. When you pull through to that dog, make sure you can still see the sides of your arms in your peripheral vision. So let's get there. Just relax here, breathe 3 big breaths. Close your eyes. Let's lift this left leg up. Keep your hips even. Keep even weight in both arms. You're trying to stay square. Now let's go up nice and high on the toes on the right foot. And let's drop that right heel to the floor. Big stretch for that right calf while you hold that left leg up. Come back up on the toes, put the left leg down on the floor. 3 big breaths. Let's lift the right foot up. Try to get the leg straight. Get nice and high on the toes on the left foot. Drive the heel to the floor. Come back up. Relax the right leg. Come back to your plank. Okay, we're going to meet in a staff pose. So put that butt down on the floor. Extend your legs out to the corners of your mat. You can always use a towel to wrap around your feet. So we're going to use a towel to stretch out the backs of our legs later on. So have one handy. Right now, I'm going to have you just walk your hands forward and just hold this pose. So your spine is long, your face is up, you're just looking forward, right? Keep your feet flexed. Now you're going to walk your right hand off the mat, and you're going to take your left hand to the outside of your right foot. Now we're going to round the upper back. So round down, take your face just above the knee. So you're stretching out your left quadratus lumborum, known as the QL muscle. Hopefully you feel a little tug right around the waistband of your pants on that left side. Really try to reach. You can always sort of switch up the angle, like wiggle around a little bit till you find what feels to you as the right spot to be. Obviously, some of us are tighter than others. Even on different days, you perform differently. Okay, walk it up slowly. Now we're starting out sitting nice and tall. I'm gonna have you walk forward again. And now we're going to take the left hand to the outside of the left foot, and the right hand holds on to the outside of that left foot. Take your face down just over the knee. You're rounding your back. And again, it's on you to find that right spot. And once you've got it, you want to hold that and just take some big breaths. Okay, slowly walk it back up. So I'm going to have you take your left hand just to the floor, right beside your left hip. Right palm out to the side and let it face the ceiling. Now you're going to reach it up. So you're doing a side body stretch from staff pose, essentially. So if and when you've got that arm really long and lifting, you could try to go a little bit up and over to the left. It should feel like a lot of work for that arm. So you're really working straight. Now bring it back to the side. Your palm still faces up. Move the hand backwards. Keep the arm long. Take your left hand to the outside of your right leg. A little twist of the torso. Looking backwards. And then come on back forward and relax that arm. Whew, that's a lot of work. Okay, right hand down, left arm, palm faces up. Start to lift it nice and long. And you be the judge of how far you can get it. Now, once it's up and reaching, try to lift up out of that waist. So you're up. That's the whole focus. Length. Wherever your head feels good is where you should be keeping it. Now the belly is pulling in. Now let's take this arm back, parallel to the floor. Move the hand backwards. Bring your right hand to the outside of that left leg and start to give me that nice little rotation. Take your head, let it go. With the rotation, so you're following, looking towards the back of your ribs. And then slowly come back. You're going to take both your elbows to the height of the shoulders. Try to move both elbows backwards. Nice and long through the spine. You're not rounding. But this is work. Hands come down. Pull the elbows back. And then slowly lift them back up. And do it again. Down and up. Great shoulder rehab for you. All of us rounding throughout our day. Now just hold here. Just a few more breaths. And I'm going to let you round that back. Nice, big, soothing stretch forward. Okay, bring the hands down. Round your back, walk it out. Just hold this. Maybe your forearms are down on the floor. Maybe you're trying to walk them forward a little more, but just hang out here and breathe. This is all about enjoying. Okay, bring it back up. You're going to take your feet to the corners of your mat. If they're not already there, bring your arms forward. Now, start out in a staff pose with a long spine and then C curve, so you round. Second in as you round. Keep your towel close to you because you're going to need it. Come down really slow, controlling that stomach. Once you're all the way down, full body stretch. Well deserved. Reach the arms nice and long. And you can make a Y with them. That's probably more comfortable and get nice and flat when your shoulder blades. Spread your fingers apart. Work those arms nice and long. Now you got gravity helping you with the stomach, but I still want you to be pressing it down. Okay, bring the arms back up. You're going to clasp your fingers together and pull your left knee into the chest. You can hold the hamstring if that's easier on your knee. Sure it is. Now from here, release that hamstring. Take your towel, wrap it around the bottom of your foot. I want you to hold on to it with your left hand and take your right arm out, across, out to the sides. Now, try to get your left leg straight. So how far back it goes isn't what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to keep it straight while we see if we can move it back. So work on straight first, and then work on pushing it back. And use your breathing to help you. So right now, you've probably got no space between the lower back and the floor. And I would like you to keep it that way. I'd like you to keep your right calf on the floor. Let's take this left leg and open it for an inner thigh stretch. Don't come off the right side. Now see if you can move it a little bit more towards the back of the room. And bring the leg back up. You're going to change hands. You're going to hold on to the towel with the right hand. You're going to open your left arm out across the floor. And you're going to bring this left leg across the body just a little bit. Probably don't have to go far with it in order to feel all those tendons releasing behind the leg. Bring it back up, let the towel go. Right back where we started, clasping the fingers on the hamstring, pulling the knee into the chest. Now bring the right knee in too. And you're going to circle your knees independent of one another. So you're lubricating your hip joint. Big circles, all the way forward, all the way in, and all the way out to the side. Switch your direction. Okay, now we're going to extend the left leg all the way down along the floor. Bring that right knee into the chest. Do your best to keep your left calf on the floor. Nice. Now let's find the towel again. Wrap it around the bottom of the right foot. Straighten out right leg. Left arm opens out to the side. Work on getting it straight before you go to the next level of the get back. Now try to relax that right shoulder. Sometimes it's a little harder than I think. Now keeping both hips down on the floor, you're just going to open this leg out to the right a little bit. So you enjoy a nice and reclined stretch. Hold it and breathe. Bring the leg back up, change hands with the towel. Cross it over the body a little bit and then hold the leg straight, as uncomfortable as it might feel. Just hold it and breathe. 3 big breaths. Bring the leg back up. Let the towel go. Pull that knee into the chest. Now you're going to bend your left leg. And you're going to take your right foot, flex it on top of your left thigh. Don't hold on to your legs. Using muscle, move your right knee forward. And bring your left knee into you without holding on. Put that left foot down. Move the right knee a little more forward if you can. Bring the left knee back up to the as using your legs. Release it back down. Move that right leg forward, the knee. Bring the left knee back in, and this time you're going to hold behind the hamstring. So now you're going to use your arms as assistance to get the knee in a little closer. While you keep moving the right knee forward, this is a very active stretch. You're doing work here. Left knee in, right knee out. Okay, let's put the left foot down, then the right foot. We're going to just switch legs. So left leg, foot flex, sits on top of the right thigh. So use your hand, move the left knee forward, And lift up that right foot. Move the right knee into you. Put the foot back down. So you can get a little more range here by moving it forward a little more. Pull the right knee back in. Try it again. This time when we pull it in, we're going to fold with our arms. You want to keep the left foot flexed. You want to try your best to get that right knee a little closer. Okay, release that foot to the floor and the left one. Extend your legs all the way down along the floor. Bring your arms all the way back behind you. Round two of this fabulous stretch. Get your body nice and long. Point the toes, reach for the back of the room with your hands. Now let's pull the arms up. Pilates style. Lift your head up, suck in the belly, keep it down, roll up very slowly, and then you're going to dive through your legs. Release the lower back. Got a nice curve in that upper stomach. Okay, walk it back up. Now, take your right foot, step it inside that left leg. Try to relax this knee towards the floor. Walk it forward. This left leg can be a little bit out to the side. And then just round down. Forearms to the floor. Relax your head. Now walk it back up. You're going to take your right hand to the outside of this left foot again, like we did previously. You're going to bring your left hand behind your hip, give you a little rotation. Come on back. And let's just switch legs. So pull the left one in. Walk the forearms down to the floor as you round the back. Doesn't matter how far up your left foot is. Now come back up, take your left hand to the outside, your right hand behind you, be a little twist. Come on back, extend this leg out, dive through the legs, open them wide, walk your hands out, try to relax the face and close your eyes and just breathe here. Okay, walk it back up. We're sitting up nice and tall. We're going to go down Pilates style for one more stretch, known as the Sean stretch, one of my favorites. So bend your legs a little bit. Head is on the floor. You're going to cross the right knee over the left. You're going to come onto the side of that left foot with just a little bend in the legs. Roll your knees to the right. Use that top leg to help you get there. And then sweep this left arm out to the side to switch over your chest. And again, play with the angle that suits you. Close your eyes and just breathe. This is a fabulous opportunity to get a great stretch over that hip. Try to create like a happy place where you're sort of giving into the stretch and not fighting. Yeah, let's bring the left arm in, uncross the legs, come back onto your back. We're going to do the same on the opposite side. So left knee over right, coming onto the right side of that foot. Use that left knee to pull the knees towards the floor. And then open out that weight off. Try to get the arm as long as you can so you feel a nice chest stretch. Okay, bring it on back. You're on your back. You're going to pull the knees in. We're going to go right into a happy baby stretch. So arms come inside the legs. Hold on to the outsides of your feet. Heels towards the ceiling. Pull the knees down towards the floor. But please try to keep the lower back on the floor. Add a gentle rock side to side to massage that lower back. Now take your legs all the way up to the ceiling. Arms are on the floor by your side. Your feet are flexed. You're going to open the legs as wide as they want to go. And you can take your hands to your inner thighs and give them a little help to open a little more if you like. Now let's pull the legs back up. Arms are back by your side. You're going to take your right leg, reach your heel out as far as you can. So that leg is stiff and long as you lower it slowly towards the floor. And then slowly bring it back up. Let's do the same on the other side. Walk out at the knee, push the heel out. Come down slowly. Bring it back up. Take both feet down. Bend your legs. You're in your position where you would be if you were going into a bridge. We're just going to roll the pelvis up so you feel your lower back pressing into the mat. And then reverse it, go the other way. Create a big space between your lower back and the floor by rolling the pelvis down. And then reverse it. Go nice and slow. And while you do this, you're trying to pull the belly in. And then reverse it. And do it one more time. Nice. Now from here, extend your legs all the way down straight. Lift your head up, come up Pilates style, nice and slow. Now instead of diving forward, we're going to sit with our legs crossed. Sit up nice and tall and then walk it forward. You're going to round your back, forearms to the mat, just hold here and breathe. Let your head go where it wants to. Close your eyes. Listen to your breathing. Now walk it back up. And I thank you very much for your power and strength. Thank you for joining. Namaste. Come on up. Hopefully you feel a little stretchy bendy. How you doing, Mark? You feel good?
Yeah. Except my wife has COVID.
No.
Yeah,
Oh my God. How did
got
that
it from my daughter.
Oh,
We were
what?
we were there we were there last Friday night, and she didn't know she had it, obviously, and so she has it. I haven't gotten it yet. Hopefully, I won't get it.
Oh my goodness. Is she feeling bad or is she feeling okay?
She's feeling bad.
Oh, oh, that's so sad.
That's the
What
way
is
of the life. Have you had it?
No,
Oh, good for you.
Sean hasn't had it either. No, I don't know. I don't live a very, you know, active, um, I'm not going to a ton of places. And, I go to the grocery store. Occasionally we go to a restaurant, but we always eat outside. I
Yeah,
don't go to any crowded venues. I'm just not, it's not my scene.
yeah.
So, and I guess, you can't avoid getting it from your kids. That's totally logical. And she probably didn't even know she had no symptoms, right? So,
Not, or she wouldn't invite us over. Yeah,
wow.
she's on Paxlovid.
Oh, she is? I forgot to
Yeah.
hit stop.